right, what's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. NBA talk. Let's get into it, man. Let's talk about Devin Booker, the shooting point guard for the Phoenix Suns, man. And I want to, make a video about this. Kind of pretense in this. Maybe a little, see, maybe premeditated video. So Devin Booker plays for the Phoenix Suns, right? Let's be for real. Phoenix is not really doing anything this year. Phoenix doesn't have a real big man. I mean, Jokic is a decent big man, but he's not stopping Nikola Jokic. He's not stopping, AD and LeBron. He's not really stopping any of those guys. That's their center. Jokic. Not Jokic. Jokic. I'm sorry. Jokic. But he's not stopping Jokic. He's not stopping AD, LeBron. He's not stopping anybody in the West who can actually score with the Phoenix Suns and play defense on the Phoenix Suns. This whole Kevin Durant thing kind of flopped. Kevin Durant is a diminished player. I know Kevin Durant's averaging 29.9. All you Kevin Durant fanboys came in my comments. Oh, you don't know anything. Kevin Durant's averaging 28, 29 points a game. Okay, whatever. Anybody who's watched Kevin Durant, anybody who's watched Kevin Durant for the last 10 years, 5 years, can see that he's not the same guy. When he pulls up, his step back is starting to miss a little bit. His three-point shot is starting to miss a little bit. The dude's starting to miss wide-open three throws that used to be buckets back in the day. Anybody can tell Kevin Durant is on the decline. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm not saying he's not even a top 10 player. But he's starting to get out of that tier player where, he's 35. He's 35 with a lot of injuries. Obviously, he's going to deteriorate. The whole Kevin Durant situation has failed. And this whole Bradley Beal stuff, as my co-host CEO was saying, he's a starting version of Lou Will. That's all he is. He's a starting version of Lou Will. Bradley Beal has not helped the Phoenix Suns at all. Number one, because this idiot's he's not healthy at all. At all. I have never seen somebody be this unhealthy the last 2 years. This dude can literally sit down too hard and he'll be injured. He'll be out for a game. He can get a little paper cut, be out for 2 weeks. I don't know why the Phoenix Suns traded for him for, number one, they don't have a real center. Number two, they have no defense at all. No defense at all. You see what CP3 is doing for the Golden State Warriors? I know it's coming off the bench. But at the same time, I mean, you're telling me you can have CP3 coming off the bench and helping KD and what's his name? Booker in like the third, fourth quarters and the second and the third quarters too. He'll be better than a 39-year-old CP3 or 38-year-old CP3 is doing better. Or I mean, CP3 is probably like 34, 35, but CP3 is a lot older than Bradley Beal. He's stayed more healthy than Bradley Beal. I mean, my gosh, is Bradley Beal really made out of glass? Is he that fragile? Are the Phoenix Suns really like putting him in bubble wrap so he doesn't get injured? And I said all that to say this. Could Devin Booker demand a trade? Could he demand a trade? I mean, Booker's going to look at it and listen, I've been here since 2015. It's about to be a decade since he's been there. When did Devin Booker get drafted? 2015, 2016? I believe 2015. I know he got drafted at like 18, 19 or 19, 20, so he's still pretty young. But Booker can be like, listen, I've been here for a year. We tried it. We went to a finals. We lost. It's time for me to move on and maybe go to a different team. Maybe a Miami Heat. Maybe, I don't think they'll trade him to Golden State, but if Golden State can pull off that trade, why not? Maybe the 76ers. Maybe a team that wants to compete because Devin Booker still – he's one. I mean, I consider Devin Booker a 2, but Devin Booker's a 2. I'm not just because he plays the 1 doesn't mean he's a 1. Devin Booker's one of the best shooting guards in the league right now. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. But if Devin Booker wants out, Miami's going to be calling. Golden State, since Clay's coming off the bench, is going to be calling. The Sixers might be calling. I'm trying to think of some other teams. I don't think my Knicks will call, even though the Knicks would probably put in an offer. No, I don't see it. I can't think of anybody else. But, there's going to be a lot of teams calling. But once again, this is in the, down the line. So maybe there's another team that maybe lose somebody, and it is what it is. But I can definitely see Devin Booker demanding a trade. He seems like that type of personality where he'll get sick and tired of Phoenix. He wants to go to a big market. He wants to go somewhere else and try to win. And let's be fair, once again, going back to my points, Kevin Durant is on the decline. And honestly, I believe Kevin Durant low-key might go back to OKC, especially since they need veteran leadership and someone who's been to the finals. And, they're only missing that veteran leadership to get them past, to get them to the promised land. Bradley Beal, I don't know why my laptop's messing up right there, but Bradley Beal is a beyond bum. He's a beyond bum. He's a starting version of Lou Will. And also, let me get to this point. Frank Vogel sucks. I don't know why. Listen, say what you want about Monty Williams. At least Monty got you to a finals. At least Monty had discipline. I know the Pistons suck, but give Monty some type of credit. You guys hire Frank Vogel? Frank Vogel sucks. He's so bad. It's not even funny. Frank Vogel is a clown. There's a reason why LeBron got this idiot fired. Now, granted, LeBron gets all of his coaches besides Eric Spoelstra fired, but still, Frank Vogel is beyond horrible. Why would you even hire him? Like the hiring, Phoenix Suns. I don't understand your hiring process. You fire Monty Williams. Okay, that's fine. Monty's not the best, but he's not the worst. But you fire Monty Williams. Okay, cool. You interview Frank Vogel and Doc Rivers? For what? They both suck. Frank Vogel is going to get you to the second round and lose. Doc Rivers is going to get you to the second round and lose. Why in the world would you want Frank Vogel? He's beyond horrible. And I can definitely see Devin Booker saying, listen, this sucks. This is beyond horrible. I have to get out of here. If Devin Booker really wants to win a championship, maybe it's time to leave Phoenix because I don't see where this is going. You have a declining superstar, you have an up-and-coming superstar in Devin Booker, and you have a washed-up role player who can't even stay healthy in Bradley Beal with no defense, with no bench, with an idiot head coach who's beyond horrible. What is there in Phoenix? I mean, unless you guys trade for somebody, I mean, maybe trade for Joel Embiid. I mean, I could definitely, trade Joel and maybe trade all your draft capital for Joel Embiid. That's not a bad idea, Phoenix. That might be a future video. You never know. You never know. I just came up with this off the fly. But I don't know what, I can definitely see Devin Booker demanding a trade. I'm not saying he will. I'm not saying, maybe he wants to stay loyal in the sand to Phoenix, and maybe he's happy making all the money in Phoenix and being the guy in Phoenix and go on that, Damian Lillard thing, staying loyal and stuff like that. But at the same time, I could definitely see Devin Booker saying, I want to demand a trade. And also, that's what all these superstars do. Anytime they can't win or they're sick and tired of a place, they want to demand a trade. Look at Kyrie. Look at who else? Siakam. Look at who else wanted to be traded? Man, a lot of people want to be traded here and there and all this other stuff. Donovan Mitchell, he wants to come to the Knicks. KD wanted to be traded from the Nets to the Suns. So, I mean, it's inevitable. And at his all-star level, obviously he's going to, he could pull it off. He could definitely pull it off. James Harden wants to be traded all the time. I'm not saying, it's not possible that he stays. And it might be very possible that he stays. But at the same time, I can see him also leaving. And maybe it's best for him to leave. Because once again, Frank Vogel, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant, you guys are not beating the Nuggets. You guys are not beating. Honestly, the Mavericks look like they're cooking. Kyrie and Luka have found their rhythm, and they found a center that can actually play defense somewhat. Lakers are always. You always can't count the Lakers. A healthy Clippers team. Now, granted, a healthy Clippers team is like finding, healthy Clippers team is a big if, but you're not beating them either. And then you got OKC and the Timberwolves and the Pelicans all on the rise. And God forbid if Golden State pulls off a Joel Embiid trade, the Suns are really, really going to go down. I mean, you guys are barely. I think you guys are in the play-in tournament or the 6th seed. I mean, with all that star power, you would think you guys would be higher, but it is what it is. But this is a food for thought thing. What's your thoughts on it? And do you think it's possible that Devin Booker could demand the trade? RJ out.